Hello friends. My name is Candace, also known as Curated by CN Digital, here on YouTube, also on Etsy, have an Etsy shop, and also on TikTok. And I am a digital stationery creator. I am a digital planner, and I am a avid user of both GoodNotes and the Noteful app. I started digital planning back in 2021, towards the end of 2021. Most of my digital planning has been in GoodNotes. As of March this year, 2025, I actually tried out the Noteful app, and I use Noteful for my personal planning. I absolutely do love the Noteful app. There is a lot of controversy in the digital planning community right now. Which one is better, Noteful or GoodNotes? Are you a Noteful girl or a GoodNotes girl? I would like to say that I am, for my personal, a Noteful girl. But I would also like to say there are things in Noteful that I do not like. So that is what today's video is about. 4 things that I wish they would improve upon, or 4 things that I do not like in the Noteful app. If you are interested, please stay tuned. So for the majority of this video, I will be going back and forth from a split screen view to a full screen view of both Noteful and GoodNotes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So again, let me zoom in, see if you guys can. I don't want to zoom in too much, but I do want you to sort of see what I'm talking about. So the first thing that I'm not a fan of when it comes to Noteful is how you have to add a page. Let me go to GoodNotes. Again, like I said, this video will be a lot of before and after. So in my GoodNotes, let me open up anything. We'll open that up and then we'll get to this. So this is my summer pad folio. This is what it looks like. It's a lot of pages of different digital papers that you can use for junk journaling, your weeklies, your dailies, list making, dashboard, you name it, right? Let's say that I wanted to use this paper in another like folder or another notebook. What you do in GoodNotes, and a lot of you probably already know this, is what you're going to do is hit the 3 dots right here in the side. You're going to hit copy. And then there's an add right here. Hopefully you can see it. There's like a page with a plus sign. That is add. That'll allow you to paste that page in another notebook. Really quickly, you see it got pasted. Now that page is there twice. Let's look at the same thing in the Noteful app. I feel like in the Noteful app, there are so many more steps. So let's say we'll go to, I won't look for the exact page, but as you can see, it's the same app, right? I mean, the same program. The same notebook, sorry. Let's say we wanted to duplicate this page. I wish that they had something like in GoodNotes where I could click here, hit add page, or I guess copy page, hit the plus sign, paste the page. Also, GoodNotes gives you the option to paste a page before or after. I think that's where my biggest gripe is. You see, and I'm sorry that's blurry, but before or after, you can change that. So if I want to paste it before, I can. After, you can even make it the last page of whatever notebook you're in. Noteful does not give you that option. This is how you would have to go about pasting a page in Noteful. It's actually sort of a pain. Again, I hate that it's not focusing, but here in the corner, there is like a waffle, right? You're going to click on that waffle. It's going to give you all the pages that are in that notebook, very similar to what GoodNotes has. If I want to copy a page, what you have to do is click on the page. It puts a thin blue line around it so you can know which page you're on. Perfect. Then at the top here, you have options: insert, cut, copy, rotate, tag, etc., etc. You then have to copy. Go to the notebook that you want to put it in. So I'm actually going to go to another notebook right now, just for the sake of an example. Let's say I wanted to paste that page in this notebook. Whereas in GoodNotes, you can go and hit the plus sign and then paste the page. That's not an option here in Noteful. In Noteful, you have to go back up to this waffle, and then you can hit paste. And it's going to paste it after. It does not give you the option to paste before or after. So now let's say I wanted this in front of this page. What I would have to do is long press and then like move it, okay? Sometimes if you long press too long, it'll think you want to add an additional window. So it'll open you up in a split screen. It's a small thing, but when you've been doing it in GoodNotes the other way, it's a big thing. So first thing, not a fan of how you have to copy and paste pages. Second thing that I'm not the biggest fan of in Noteful, and let me get back to my home screen. This is my home screen in Noteful. So I do have some tabs open. I can close these little carrots down. Yeah, but that is as small as I can get my home screen. I can't take this banner off at all. Okay, that banner is always going to be there, and I've tried. That just takes you to like the About Noteful page. I feel like this is taking up so much space that I could use to see more notebooks. Now let's go into GoodNotes. In my GoodNotes, if I hit the home page, this is what my home page looks like. It is not the most organized thing right now, but I can see everything that I need, right? I can see easily and clearly where I need to tap if I want to make a new folder, a new notebook, import any documents, scan. All of that is there. In Noteful, I feel like it's a little more hidden. And I feel like having all of these things on the side here actually takes up room that, one, I could be having more, like I could get 2 or 3 more notebooks, right? Also, I would love to just be able to have that plus sign and then bring all of this up. Now, having said that, your Noteful, when you first get it, may not have these hashtags. I'm going to do another video about these hashtags, what they're used for. I really do love that. I just wish that there was an option that I did not have to see this the entire time. If you use Noteful and you know that there's a way that I don't have to see that the entire time, if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. I'm more than happy to like switch it up. But from what I can tell, the only options that it gives me is to make my notebooks in like a list form or a grid form, but not to get rid of all of this. Second problem, I feel like in GoodNotes, you have the ability to house every single every single notebook that you have. So I could put every notebook that I have. This is something new. I didn't mean to click on that, but a little sneak peek of something that's coming out. It's a lot of sneak peeks actually, but every single notebook notebook that I have, I can either, I can put in a folder. And it's in a folder, so I can just have a page full of folders here. That's not quite the option in Noteful. I mean, it is. These are all notebooks. Let me show you what it looks like when I go in. Again, I've been making some things, so my home screen's going to look a little different. So there are some things that wouldn't normally be on my home screen. Usually my entire home screen would be the drink covers. These are my summer notebooks. So every notebook that I have will look like this, right? The thing that I don't like is that there is a section called untagged. Anything that is untagged or unfiled will always sit here in the corner. So it says I have 189 untagged notebooks. First of all, that's a lot of my business, okay? Yes, I have a lot of notebooks. That's my problem. You don't have to tell everybody Noteful. I don't like that. I just wish this was cleaner. I wish that I could only see the notebooks or the folders that I specifically wanted to see here. So that's probably my number 1 gripe. I'm not the biggest fan of the home screen view. I promise you, I am a Noteful lover. I know I sound like I'm a Noteful hater. I'm really not. I love Noteful. Just with a few tweaks, I feel like it would be such a better program. Next, the syncing. I feel like GoodNotes has its own syncing problems. This little syncing thing has been here, and sometimes they'll say backup is not like available. It's been there for months, probably close to a year. If you use GoodNotes, you know. However, it still does sync, okay? And it syncs pretty fast. I do understand as a creator, I do have more things on my iPad and in my Noteful and GoodNotes than just someone who is digital planning. Having said that though, I feel like my syncing takes forever. My syncing in Noteful takes forever. Sometimes it'll take so long, I will go in here to like the About Noteful page and see when the last time it was synced. Is that a word? And I will have to do a manual sync sometimes because I feel like it just takes so long. Again, I do create products for both GoodNotes and Noteful. So I like to make sure those products match, that they look the same, that the only difference is the sticker book and the file type, right? So when I add something over from GoodNotes to Noteful, I want them to look seamless. I also work off of 2 iPads, and this is where the problem really is. I have the iPad mini that I use for personal, and then for my work, I actually use an iPad Pro. So I want to make sure that both my iPads, both of the systems on my iPads are seamless. And I have found that in Noteful, the syncing takes a little longer. Now, it's not like days or hours, but it may take, it depends on the file. It may take a minute or two longer, which again is not a big thing, but it is a thing. It does take a little longer. I have had it take, well, I don't know how long it's taken, but I have had it before where it didn't sync over and I had to shut off my iPad, restart it just to get the sync to start. In that scenario, I believe I did need an update, but overall the syncing is very, very slow. And the last thing that I can think of right now, if anything else comes up, I don't mind making a second video, is changing the pencil and pen type. Now, I will say as a disclaimer, I was very, very used to doing this in GoodNotes. I like where the placement of things are in GoodNotes. Let me just sort of go back here. You can make your Noteful be at the top like this. I tried it. I didn't quite like it. I do like how in GoodNotes, I'm going to zoom in. I do like how in GoodNotes you have your 3 options for your pen, your like the width of your pen, I guess. And then you can click here. It'll bring up your pen colors. It'll bring up where you can do customs, presets, all of that. I like that, and I think I like it because I'm used to it. Now let's go into Noteful, and I am getting much better at this in Noteful. We're gonna go to my daily, just something that's open. Okay, so this was my weekend planner for last weekend. In Noteful, you do have the option to put this sidebar, which is where all of your tools are, up at the top. I tried it up at the top this weekend, and honestly, I actually do better with it on the side. So let's just say I want to make a new pen color. Now, in GoodNotes, it only shows you, I think, the first 3 or 4 pens. As you can see from Noteful, I can literally fill all of this up with pen colors. That would actually be overwhelming to me. The only reason I have this many right now is because I've been trying to learn how to use it a little more seamlessly because I knew I was making this video. Okay, so let's say I don't want to use this pen here. And this is a 0.45 pen that I have customized. Let's say all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I really need an orange pen. So what I would have to do is hit this plus sign, first of all, and then grab my orange. Okay, so you can choose it from this wheel here. It gives you a grid that you can choose it from, you know, pretty simple stuff. And then it even has a dropper. So let's say I wanted this specific orange. I could grab that. Now, let's say I needed an orange that was a thicker pen type. I'd have to go to Style, Custom Style. I can choose the type of pen here. I can move this to sort of change what that pen looks like. I can choose the stroke style down here. So let's say I want to do this 1.6 millimeter orange pen. Okay, so we're good. Got my 1.6 orange pen, and I'm writing, and this is great. And I'm like, okay, this is great, but I actually need a blue pen. Oh no, let's do a color that's not on here. I actually need a yellow, bright yellow pen. To get a yellow pen, I'd have to once again click this, go out of this, go to wheel, hit this plus sign, find the yellow that I want. Okay, there's my yellow pen. We think we're good here. It's going more, oh, it's because I'm not moving in the right place. Moving in the right place. We'll say that's not yellow. It's like a greenish yellow, but this is an example, right? Okay. So I could technically go out of this and start writing, but it's going to write on that same 1.6. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that you have to stylize every single pen that you use. For some people, that might not be a big thing, but sometimes I just need to jot something down and I need to differentiate this color from this color or this list from this list, and I want to do it in a different color. Having to go and restylize pens, not my favorite thing. If I have time and I can just sit here and create all the pens that I think I'll ever need, that's one thing. But how do you know what pens you'll need? Now, I know that I'm in the minority with this because a lot of ladies that use Noteful love this feature because let's say, okay, it's summertime, so we're all using bright colors, right? You can put all your bright color pens. You can even do this for highlighters. You can put all your bright color highlighters there and then you have them. But let's say next month, I'm so over the heat, I'm ready to go more into muted neutral tones. Then you'd have to switch all of these colors to make them match. Again, a lot of people like that. I'm not one of those. I am definitely in the minority there with that. But I thought it was worth making a video of things that I wish were either improved or different with Noteful. Noteful is a really great app. I'm not here to sway you on Noteful or GoodNotes. I use them both. I just do my personal planning in Noteful. I do still some work stuff, and I do a lot of creation and stuff in GoodNotes. They both have a place in my life. They might not both have a place in your life, but I'm always raving about Noteful and how it has layers and how you can do the opacity without having an extra program and all of this. But I thought it would be fair to give you sort of like the ugly, right? I've given you the good. Let me give you the bad and the ugly of things that I feel like could be improved upon. Some of this may be preference. All of this is probably preference, except for the adding a page. Fight me and let me know. Like, if you use GoodNotes, you love that being able to add a page easily before or after. Please fight me in the comments and let me know if that's not a big issue for you, because I feel like you're telling me a story. Anyway, that is it for today. I have some more videos to come up with, or I guess to film and come out with later on in the week. Like my July plan with me, I'm going to do. Also going to do like a what's new in my shop. I'm going to start doing those once a month, probably at the end of the month. So I'm going to film that. And how I organize my stickers in Noteful. I found this really cool hack that I've been using for sticker organization, and it keeps me like so happy. So yeah, so keep watching. Please subscribe if you have not. I will link my Etsy shop in the oh my god, in the like description below, so that if you are interested in going to see what type of products I make, that you'll have that information. Either way, I will talk to you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye guys.